everyone, welcome to the advice stream. I had my community send in questions about advice that they would like to see, and we're gonna get right into it. If you guys like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. All right, let's do it. Was that good, chat? Was that good? Perfect. Yippee! Watch me never edit this. Number one, I want you guys to know that these are two different submissions. First, it was thinking of dropping out of college, and then right after, it was advice after dropping out of college. I think they dropped out right after submitting this, but I'm not 100% sure. Is it from the same person? I assume so. Fun fact, I actually almost dropped out of college, and all my friends were graduating, and I was also in filmmaking, so it didn't feel right to like be in school, because like filmmaking school is literally just glorified networking. Like that's all it is. But I didn't. So I can't give you great advice on dropping out of college. I would say if you feel like you're not learning anything, if you feel like your major or minor is not actually going to help you, yeah, I mean, I think dropping out's not a bad idea. I don't know. The idea of like forcing 18-year-olds to decide what they want their future to look like and be seems like a lot. Yeah, go into debt for this thing that you may or may not like. College is not for everyone. It's really not. And it doesn't have to be done whenever you're 18 or even 19 or even 20. I think if you're going to drop out of college, make sure that you, one, get a job so that you can be sustainable and like at least get years on your resume for something. From there, really consider what you want to do and if you actually need to go to school for it. I see a lot of people that are like, oh, I went to school for 4 years for this thing, but someone who didn't go to school for it got an internship at 18, and now they have 4 years on me in the workforce, and I have a degree that I'm in the negatives for, and you have been making money and you're my senior, you know, with no degree. So I think that it's really important to consider whether or not you actually need it and look at opportunities for like internships or like work study. Yes, exactly. I think that it's really important. Like if you're thinking of dropping out of college, look at what you would do and decide what you would do before you drop out. Like have a game plan in mind before you drop out. I think is like the biggest piece of advice that I could give you. Next, if you were transported back in medieval times, okay, this is not advice. Next question. If you had to start over today from 0 followers, what would you focus on in your first 90 days to build momentum? I probably wouldn't stream for the first 90 days. Like I do fake streams like this, and I would do talking head edits as well as recorded videos of like, you know, like trending, like lip syncing and shit like that videos, because then I could like take my personality, edit it down without having to worry about the viewership stuff. What's a fake stream? Just do a recording, but act like you're talking to people. Because frankly, whenever you have 0 viewers, you're already only talking to one person, 1 or 2 people. And it's really awkward. It almost feels like, you know, whenever like you are the +1 and you end up in a group with the other +1s and y'all really don't want to talk, you're like, this is so weird. That's what it kind of feels like to be a small streamer. Because you have these people that randomly come in and out and it's just completely small talk, and a lot of them will leave like immediately. So I think that I would just focus on building out how I would stream if I had an audience and clip that as if I already had 100,000 of viewers, whatever, and then post it. The thing with streaming is your success is not about how good your stream is. Like very rarely does like the content of the stream directly, well, at least to like a large degree, right? Like whenever I was like talking shit before, like we went up by like 40 viewers. Sick, cool. But like those people don't actually rock with you. You know, those are just like, those are the clip farmers. Those are 40 clip farmers that are trying to make their money this month. So it's like whenever you're actually trying to build a community and not just viewership, it is about living offline far more than it is going live. The more that you can live offline, the more you can be successful on your live streams. It's really important too. So whenever you're like, how can I really gain momentum? You have to live offline as well as online. Ooh, a dating one. I really want to date and experience love, but I have a terrible avoidant. Oh, attachment style. Oh, yikes. After my ex-boyfriend cheated on me. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me start over. After my ex-boyfriend cheated on me and betrayed me. He was a good friend of mine before we dated, so it really hurt. Now I'm super afraid of getting hurt again, so I avoid dating altogether, but deep down, I do want a relationship. Oh, this one is rough. This one is rough. But I think generally it is valid to want a relationship after being hurt and being afraid of it. I say yes, therapy. Therapy for sure. Discreet, that is a good call. That's a good call. A lot of work regarding relationships, you need an external person to like work through it with you. That's me. Like, I got family trauma. Like, I got mommy and daddy issues. I really rolled the dice on that one. So like, I went to therapy to, obviously I love them both, but like, I needed to talk about it, and I needed to like break down why I react the way that I do. I needed to talk about why I hold resentment the way that I do, and like how to find like how to work through that, because it sounds like you have resentment that you are projecting onto your future partners, and that's where the avoidant like nature comes from. Yeah, and a professional external person can help you navigate everything. Exactly. And I also think friends. I think that too many of us think of relationships solely in the sense of romance. A good friend can help you fill a romantic void, like 100%. Like a group of good friends, a community of people that are with you and are going to go out and do things. So I think a lot of the time people want a relationship is because they're like, I want someone to do things with. Bitch, if you don't go do that picnic with your best friend, I swear. I think whenever you get cheated on, it changes your perception of trust. Being around someone that was able to look you in the eyes and lie to you consistently, especially if they like did it for a while. Because there's some people who get caught the first time, and there's some people who find out a year down the line of someone cheating, or even more than that. I think that it's really, really hard to accept that people can look at you and lie to you. I had a partner, and I like literally only dated them because I was like, ooh, like I don't want to be alone, and my roommate has a partner right now, and like that relationship was just absolutely terrible because I didn't actually think about why I wanted it. I think if you have this mindset of like, I am afraid of loving people, but I want connection, I think that friendship is the way to go, as well as therapy. I think that friends are, I don't know, maybe I'm just obsessed with my friends. I have been in like my friendship era recently where like I just been like yapping it up with my homies a lot. Like I've really been trying to spend time with my friends recently, and I think maybe that's why I have these opinions right now. Maybe I'm just clingy. I think that might be what it is. How does one start on their workout journey? Oh my gosh, I love this question. I love working out. Literally just start. Don't think about optimization. Don't think about optimization at all whenever you first start working out. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, calorie counting at the start, cooked. If you enter into weight loss or a workout journey and you're like, this is my hyper specific goal, I'm going to start counting my macros and blah, 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 like you're already cooked. The biggest thing is to find movement that you like. Like, I think the real thing to start is like, try different things. Try weightlifting, try classes, try, you know, doing solo things, try doing things in a group. Just figure out what works for you and what you don't absolutely despise. A lot of people don't just absolutely fall in love with the gym. And even if you do, you're gonna have days where you don't want to do it. Just figure out what makes you the least miserable. Go out and touch grass. Yeah, your workout journey could literally be walking every day. How do you stay consistent, and how do you come up with such great ideas? Ooh, two-part question. Okay, so number one is, how do you stay so consistent? I wasn't consistent before Streamer University, I won't lie. I used to cancel stream like crazy. I used to maybe post 1 or 2 shorts a week. No YouTube videos to be seen. Actually, a really big turning point for me was the Respawn Recruits Challenge, where I had to like shoot and edit videos in a competition. And that went a really long way because I realized that like a lot of my creativity was being held back by my like perfectionism. So I had to really think about that. And then pretty much immediately after that, maybe like a couple months later, I guess, I went to SU and saw how people were moving. And that's how I've been consistent since then. It's just realizing, I think whenever you're around people that show you how much work goes into being successful and whatever you want to do, it goes a really long way. So that's kind of what it is. But I think consistency is also just discipline. How do you come up with such great ideas? I literally go on a walk and I like listen to whatever. I use this app that is just like manifestations and affirmations, and it's just like all positive talk. So I just listen to that for like 2 miles of walking. Sometimes it's 30 minutes, sometimes it's like 45 if I'm really meandering, or sometimes I'll like walk for 3 hours. But the entire time, every time I get an idea, I just like speak it into like my notes app, and then I just like keep it moving. And a lot of ideas are bad. I think the way to come up with good ideas is allow yourself to make really, really, really shitty ideas. Because without a bad idea, you're never able to like evolve it. My Eagle Scout stream, it definitely started off as like, I think it's just like a good idea at its root. But whenever I started thinking about how to do it, I was like, this is never gonna work. I will never be able to do this with my budget, with my time, with the people I know. And I don't want it to just sit on the back burner because I'm too afraid to change how I want to do it. So it's like, sometimes it's just a matter of like, this is a really good idea. We have to scale it back. Or this is a really bad idea. Let's combine it with these other things and make something that's even better. Okay, next question. How do I get a date with you? Okay, yeah, editor note, let's pretend like they asked how to get a date in general. Be a nice person and don't be weird. And actually get to know them before you ask them on a date. Have you ever had someone flake on you right before stream? If so, how do you pivot when they mess up the plans? Yes. Absolutely, I have. I had someone flake on me on stream like 2 weeks ago. They were so aggressive about getting a collab with me. Like they were riding me about a collab. And then the day of, they were like, I can't make it. If the entire stream and like segment is made around collabing with them, I think more often than not, I'll cancel. If it's a desktop stream, if it's an IRL, I just go out and do something else, honestly. Oh, a big one. I'm 23 and I feel like a failure. Okay, I should not read it so enthusiastically. Less enthusiasm. I'm 23 and I feel like a failure. I'm struggling to find a job. I know I dare use this word after college and I am hardly making ends meet for myself. Life is feeling meaningless and I'm realizing that the overwhelming feeling of meaninglessness and having no purpose or direction is one of the worst feelings I've ever felt in my life. It's like waking up every morning to find yourself trapped in a cage in an abyss and you can see the way out, but you have no way to reach the way out. So you just sit there in pain. No one sees you or notices you. You are just there. No, how does one stay motivated to get up every day and fight against the feeling of meaninglessness and lack? Also, any tips for mental health? Therapy. Therapy, 100%. I understand this feeling. Like my first thing is therapy because it's really good to be able to talk this out with someone. I did every 2 weeks a session. So I had like 2 sessions a month where I would do like self-work for 2 weeks, go back and like revise. Self-work for 2 weeks, go back, revise. Yeah, it is an incredibly relatable feeling. I think the reason why it feels so lonesome is because all the people that feel like this don't want to talk about it or reach out to people that they know directly. And so it can feel like you're the only one going through it. And then like you and your friends are all going through the same thing, you know? So number 1 is therapy, because I think that it's always good to talk to a professional whenever you're feeling depression. This is depression. Like this is pretty much the description of what people look for whenever they're like, are you depressed? It's like, well, I feel like languishing and meaninglessness and I feel like I don't want to get out of bed. So like this is definitely depression. So I think that mental health professionals could go a long way. As for in the meantime, because it does take a while for therapy to work. Also, you have to want therapy to work in order for it to work. And part of that is actually doing things outside of those hour-long sessions. So I think motivation is definitely figuring out like what you want to do outside of work. If you can't find a job, get a hobby. Like find something that brings you joy and happiness while you're searching for supplemental income. Like your job should not be the basis of like what gets you out of bed every day. I think once you let a job be the reason why you get out of bed and like why you are active and things like that, you're already kind of losing yourself, because we as humans aren't made to work, go home, watch TV and sleep. You know, like this is just like a terrible pattern that we put ourselves in. So I think get a hobby that like gets you out, you know, go outside, enjoy the sun. As humans, we are plants. Find your why, as Pierce said. That's a great one. And my biggest tips for mental health are, it's gonna sound silly. It's gonna sound really silly, but using the manifestation and the manifestation and I forgot the word. Oh gosh, I'm blanking. Affirmation. Thank you. Yes, and affirmations. Using those goes a really long way. Scientifically, not to be a nerd, scientifically, the brain is far dumber than you think it is. And whenever you force yourself to smile and do positive self-talk, as well as usually working out, getting sunlight, like interacting with other human beings, it goes much further than you think it will, because anything that you say to your brain enough, you will begin to believe. Even if you can't say that you're happy, even if you're just like, I am searching for my why, I am searching for what brings me joy today, or just like, I'm going to find one thing that makes me laugh and smile today, and like really focusing on that, it goes a really, really long way. Every day, like set a goal for yourself, especially whenever you're in a good mood. I list out all the things that I want to do so that whenever I'm unmotivated or I'm having a really bad day or I'm depressed or my anxiety is like spiking, I can pick things that I'm like, I know logically that I would like to do this. It is hard, but I'm at least going to take the steps in the right direction to do it. I'm a black girl who wants to stream, but every time I stream on TikTok, people are so racist. It makes me scared to keep streaming. Well, one, I'm so sorry that you're experiencing this. That is absolutely terrible. Another thing is maybe don't stream on TikTok for a bit. Maybe focus on building an audience that likes you on TikTok first, that would want to engage with your streams, because I didn't have an audience on TikTok before my account kind of got bigger. Before, yeah, I would have more people that were like weird towards me, because I mean, there's something about hate watchers, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. TikTok has hella hate watchers. Like, they're just like sitting in the shadows, like waiting to say some shit. This is really hard because like getting a large amount of negativity at once, especially whenever you're a smaller creator, is hard. Like, it's hard to process because you don't have the community that backs you up emotionally as a black woman in the content space, as a black person in the content space, but specifically woman. It really sucks at how we're perceived. We can be calm and have opinions. People are like, why are you being the angry black woman right now? Or like, you can have an emotional response and people are like, oh, you're supposed to be tougher than this. And I mean, that is the internet in general, but I feel like typically people are just quite rude to people of color. How to change and be a better person? I really used to be a bad person. Like, I won't even lie. Like, not like terrible, but I was young. I was emotionally unregulated. I think my advantage was that I didn't go live on the internet. If I went live on the internet, I don't think people would like me at all. Like, my old self would haunt me because people would be like, oh yeah, Kai Wu's just trying to act nice now, but never forget whenever she said this. Like, that is 100% what would happen. Yeah, I think a big thing to change is, one, identify what you would like to change, you know? Like, identify why you want to change. Identify how you could be a better person, you know, things like that. I think the biggest way to change is to look inwards. Like, truly, honestly, look inwards and figure out why you have this feeling. Because I feel like if you have the thought of like, I should be a better person, like, I think that's a really big first step instead of being like complacent about your personality and attitude. Really model yourself. Yeah, the accountability goes a long way. Find people that treat others with kindness and see how they do that and kind of model yourself off of that. Because for me, I used to not be nice. And I'm not proud of it at all, but I'm just very open about it because that's still part of me. But I did realize at one point in my life, I was like, it feels like I don't have a lot of deep friendships. I wonder why. And I came to the conclusion that the reason why I didn't have deep friendships was that, one, I didn't know how to be friends with people, and two, that I treated people poorly and I assumed that they owed me something. And I was like, I see. So I think like figuring out why you have this initial thought goes a really long way, because that's what my thought was like, I don't have deep friendships. I want to change and become a better friend. And then I realized, like, not only do I need to be a better friend, I need to become a better person, a better friend, a better daughter, a better girlfriend, a better partner. The accountability goes a long way. A lot of us as humans do really bad things to other people. We're offensive, we're rude. Our advantage as people who didn't go live or didn't post content as young people is that doesn't follow us the same way. Sure, I have friends that don't, or not friends. I have old acquaintances that no longer speak to me because they don't like what I've done or said to them in the past, but they're also not making think pieces every single time something good happens to me. And that's what happens to all these big streamers, is something good will happen to them and they'll push forward and they'll improve their craft, improve as a person. And there's always someone there with the fucking edit from 2013. And they're like, but never forget when they did this. Dated my best friend for a bit. Uh-oh. There's already so many people that are better than me that like, the only thing I want to do at this point in my streaming career is get to know other creators that I can grow with. Because Cinna's saying it, obviously, if Cinna says it or Agent says it, it has far more weight to it. But I have been saying this shit since Streamer University ended.